So oftentimes we speak about Lilith in 3 stages. Stage 1 of Lilith, stage 2 of Lilith, stage 3 of Lilith. But beyond stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 of Lilith is Lilith opening a door to take us beyond the archetypal realm, to take us beyond, to take us to the next level of feminine consciousness, the next level of feminine embodiment, the next level of feminine understanding, the next level of feminine mystery gnosis, right? And there's a beautiful and amazing wisdom held when we journey with Lilith beyond her archetypal energy. And we might even see threads of this throughout the journey. So this is why I'm weaving this in. And the threads of that are, she moves us up through beyond archetypal realm. And if you're interested in more on these different realms, I did a podcast on this. Maybe Leo, you can drop a link here in the live. Maybe if it's on YouTube, we can put a link in, and you could just look around. We'll put a link, so make it easy. But it's the layers of consciousness night. So if it's like, wait, what? There's a whole podcast on this. There's a whole video on this describing the different realms of consciousness and states of consciousness and what happens when you move beyond lower archetypal, beyond upper archetypal. So Lilith sits in lower archetypal, upper archetypal, but she also has capacity to open us up beyond upper archetypal. So you go in the door of the archetype, you can go in the door of like Lilith as lower archetype, then you go, which would be like wild woman, right? Like her wild woman essence. And then you move up into upper archetypal realm, and it starts to become like the mystical aspects of Lilith, the real mysteries of Lilith. And then you move up beyond upper archetypal realm, and then it's beyond the Lilith thread. She takes you into what is, and there's many that she's linked to, like there's more up here, but this is the one that's feeling really, really loud and strong for this particular retreat and this journey and this moment in time, is her taking us into what often feels like void. So some of us who've have different meditative practices or have studied different modalities or different paths know the term void. Takes us into the void, into black nothingness, right? And but the thing about Lilith and it being feminine in the void, which oftentimes the nothingness is considered masculine, right? It's considered, you want to meditate into no thought, no mind, no thing, right? It's just nothing. But when you walk through a door and you're holding feminine wisdom and you're in the feminine mysteries of it, it's void becoming the infinite all of nothingness that gives rise to the infinite all of everything. So it becomes this understanding of creation, right? That everything that is created comes from nothing. Comes from nothingness. It comes from the void. So the infinite all of everything comes from the infinite all of nothing. And she'll take you into the infinite all of nothing, which is pure peace. It's bliss. It's bliss. It's absolute bliss. It's glorious. And many, I won't talk about that. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole again. But then what she shows you is how you do not have one without the other, right? It's almost like the yin-yang symbol. You do not have one without the other. You do not have nothingness without everything. And a big aspect of Lilith and one of the gifts of Lilith is really taking us to a place of understanding that the masculine and the feminine, they, as much as we want to fight this, and when we're in stage 2 Lilith, we fight the shit out of this one, right? Because we have to. It's purification. It's the releasing of all of our rage toward masculine energy, toward injustices, all of our rage toward unfairness, all of our rage toward oppression. That's real stuff. That's real stuff, and that's a big aspect of the Lilith gift, but it's not all of it. Her ability to heal us, to purify blocked emotions like rage, like grief, like past life trauma, all of the stuff that we hold around the feminine, the pain that we hold around the feminine, in order to reclaim the feminine. It's one of her gifts, but it's not the only one. It's not even the highest level of the gift. When we work with her and we start to move into those levels, her thing is equality. It's not, I want the feminine to dominate the masculine. I want wild woman to just be able to do whatever she wants. It's that she comes to this place of true, and I hate the fucking word equality too, because we've destroyed it. It almost means nothing. But like true reverence for each other, true reverence, true harmony, true balance. Like, I honor and respect the masculine, right? And then it's, I honor and respect the feminine. It's coming to that place. It's going, I can't be feminine without masculine. And I can't be masculine without feminine. It's really, and that's a high mystical truth. And we a lot of times don't want to see that one, much less live from that one. And I'm not talking about toxic masculinity expressions or toxic feminine expressions, right? Because there is toxic masculine expressions, and that is not to be revered. And there is toxic feminine expression, and that is not to be revered. That is not to be bowed down to. That is not to be in reverence to. That is to be invited to continue to evolve, to become divine expression of feminine, divine expression of masculine. It's at that place. It's at that place. And that's Lilith's heart's desire. That's Lilith's true heart's desire. And that's her true gift. And many will work with Lilith to a certain point. Like, yep, got my wild woman back. Yeah, right? But there's another space of her mysteries, of her gifting. And that's not even just to be in relationship with other. That's our relationship to ourself. You know, where is my own feminine degrading my masculine? Where am I emasculating myself? Where am I cutting myself off at the knees and I'm emasculating myself? Where am I sabotaging myself out of unconscious fear of of the masculine? And it just shows up if it's showing up in the world, it's showing up in our bodies. It's showing up in our beings. It's showing up in how we create and how we live in the world. And then vice versa. Where is my masculine debilitating my feminine? Where is my own masculine suppressing, oppressing my feminine? Where is my own masculine afraid? So we start to get to the fear aspects. Where is my masculine actually afraid of the fullness of the feminine? Shit, she's wild, right? And then where is my feminine afraid of the masculine? Like, this is in ourselves. I mean, we get to see it reflected in the world. It's what we create in our lives and we create in our relationships. But it's happening if it's happening externally, it's happening internally, right? It's just a reflection. Our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. Our inner world is a reflection of our outer world. So that's what I wanted to weave into Lilith specifically. So, yum.